Now, this lady here is trying to get back into the dating market, and she got a lot going on, but she has a question for the men. Now, I sped her up a little bit because she was talking kind of slow, but I want y'all to check this out. Do me a favor, like the video, leave a comment, and if you really want to show me love, hit that hype button because it really helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it.
Okay, TikTok. Thought about this off and on today, and I know how cruel social media can be, but I really need, or I feel like I really need, an outsider's opinion, I guess. So here goes nothing. I just ask that everybody please be kind. At least as kind as you can be, I guess. So I haven't dated anyone, like seriously dated anyone, since my son's junior year of high school. He's now a sophomore in college, so if that says anything. For almost the last 2 years, one of the reasons why I haven't dated is because my oldest son passed away. And I've been thinking off and on for the last, I don't know, 2-3 months that maybe I should start dating again. But the problem is that I live in a really small town in southeast Kansas. The dating pool isn't very large, and I also don't want to move from where I'm at. The biggest reason why I haven't dated in the last couple of years is because I feel like I carry a lot of baggage with my son's death that I don't want to wish on anybody. Some days are harder than others, like today, and I don't feel like it's fair for somebody. I'd been doing pretty good until a phone call today. It's just stirring up some emotions that I'm having a hard time handling. So I've kind of circled back around to where I feel like maybe I'm an idiot for thinking that I can start dating again. But to be honest with you, I'm tired of wanting to go do things and not being able to go do them because I'm scared to do them alone or don't want to do them alone. And my youngest son, God love him, he's kind of been pushing on his mama to get the hell out of the house. So all that said, in a nutshell, I guess, what my question is from the outside looking in, if you were to meet someone like me, who is just struggling sometimes, and I know we all are, but if you were to meet someone like me, would you feel like the baggage that I carry is too much? Too much for a relationship, too much to deal with, too much to handle? I understand that we all have things in life, baggage that we all carry, but the biggest reason why I haven't dated is I feel like this baggage in the last 2 years is too much to ask anybody to help me handle. So again, please be kind, social media, but I really just want an outsider's opinion on, are these suitcases that I carry in this bag over my shoulder, is it too much? Or would you, or do you think you'd be okay with it?
Let me start by saying that as much as I don't like people coming online sharing their lives with the world, I understand what she's trying to do in this scenario. She's trying to get a real world view on where she is and how that would work in the dating markets. And I can understand that. And I also love the fact that she's coming on here not just assuming that men are supposed to just jump in there and deal with whatever she got going on. I love the fact that she's asking, is this something that men will be willing to do? Not just coming on here telling men they have to deal with it and they have to like it, because that's what a lot of other women do. So I can appreciate that as well. I also want to say I really love the fact that she can acknowledge that what she's dealing with could be a problem for a potential mate. A lot of people are so oblivious, they just think the world owes them something, so they don't even care. So they don't even look at it that way. They're looking at you like you should be honored to come carry my baggage and deal with all the baggage that I have. But this woman isn't doing that, so I want to give her credit for that as well. But to answer her question, I do believe that is a lot to bring into a relationship or just a dating scenario. But I definitely believe it can be done. There are men out there who are in the headspace where they are able to deal with whatever you got going on. And in most situations, it is because they've either been through it or they're currently going through it themselves, and you guys can kind of feed off each other. But it can happen. You just have to understand that at this moment, your options are going to be limited to those types of men. Every man is not going to want to jump in there and carry that baggage. They're just not. You just have to understand, if you're asking somebody to sign up to be in that situation, you have to be open to accept something that maybe you don't want to deal with from them. See, a lot of people want what they want, but they're not willing to give up something to get it. As long as you're open to maybe giving up something that maybe you wanted in a mate, I think you can find somebody. Now, I will say I believe you need to deal with this on your own or go to therapy, something where you just have a better grasp of it. I believe that is your best option. The problem is when you go into a relationship with these things like weighing on you, in most situations they get dumped on the person that you're trying to deal with. And if that person is really the person that you are supposed to be with, there's a good chance you may run them off and never give that relationship a real chance of success because you haven't dealt with the stuff that you're dealing with now. So this is why I believe dealing with that on your own before you start dating is your best option. And I'm not talking about just sitting home thinking about it. I'm talking about going out, talking to somebody, do some counseling, figuring out a way to get to the point where you can date without that being the primary focus. And I believe that will give you your best opportunity out there in the dating world. But that's just what I believe. I would love for y'all to jump in there and give her y'all opinion, because that's what she's asking for.
Just imagine if men were upset because they couldn't walk around with their balls hanging out their jeans every day. Imagine men wearing nice suits with their balls hanging out every day. And people got upset because they don't want to see those men's balls. Just imagine the uproar because men have their balls hanging out. These are my balls. I can wear my balls out. Why are you so offended about my balls? Just imagine. That's how you women sound when you're arguing about the fact that they changed the dress code for the rodeo and people don't want to see your ass hanging out. They don't want to see under the bottom of your shirt. Just imagine if it was men with their balls and they Johnson swinging every day. Y'all would be hella offended. Y'all would call the cops. Y'all would want those men locked up for predatory behavior. Come on now.
She is absolutely correct. It'll be a whole problem. But let me be clear. This is not something we need a test to figure out if we don't like it or not. Because I'm telling you right now, we don't like it. I know I don't want to live in a world where every time I walk outside, there's a bunch of balls bouncing around, but a tennis court or a basketball court ain't nowhere in sight. So yeah, I'm definitely good on that. I'm pretty sure more men would be on the phone reporting it and trying to get people arrested than the women. But the point of what she's saying is correct. I know there are differences between men and women. There are things that men can do that women can't do, things that women can do that men can't do. But walking around with all of your body parts out at a public event or gathering is crazy to me. And a lot of these women just don't care. They think it's okay. They have no issue with it. Of course, it's your body. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But that goes back to the point that she made. If a man was walking around with things just hanging out, it's his body. He can do what he wanted to do with it. But it wouldn't fly because y'all would have a problem with that. You wouldn't want your kids to be around that. Now, there's a time and a place for everything. If you're at a nude beach, if you want to walk around with everything hanging out there, knock yourself out. But at a public event, I think that's ridiculous. And it's so bad, you can't even go into a grocery store nowadays without some girl walking in there wearing something crazy. It's gotten way out of control. Now, I don't live in Houston, and I've never been to this rodeo that they're talking about, but I have no problem with them putting in a dress code because apparently some people can't operate without rules. So it is what it is.
What will it take for single men over 30 to attend a singles event?
All right, fellas, she asked y'all a question. What would y'all need to come to one of these single events? Would they need to change something? Do they need to add something? Is there anything that you can see on the event flyer to make you want to get up and go to a singles event? Now, for me, I would need to know what kind of women are going to be there because I don't want to be in a room with a bunch of these women talking about they're the prize. Men are supposed to pay all the bills, but I don't want to do any housework because that's slavery. Don't ask me what I bring to the table because I am the table. It isn't about what I can do for him. It's about what he can do for me. I need a man to chase after me and win me over. I need a man to work to get me. I want a man to lead, but I refuse to listen to him. I refuse to submit to a man unless he pays my bills, and on and on and on and on. All of that. I'd sit home watching the Lifetime channel drinking a gallon of bleach before I show up to that event. But that's just me though.